I hear over and over again that we work on reading so much. We read every night. Schools tell us that, well, your kiddo is struggling to read, so you need to read more with your kiddo. Why is that not translate into reading skills?
Reading to your child is really important for language development. So we would always encourage that. But it doesn't help with the encoding and decoding part because it doesn't explicitly teach us how to associate those symbols and sounds together automatically so we have effective decoding and encoding. And sometimes when we have kids read along and looking at the text, often it's not having the effect that we think it is. They might improve in some kind of fluency, but we find that it doesn't tend to translate over time. And we think that there may be some kind of boost. That boost is just actually a boost in visual recognition. It's not actually in the encoding and decoding. So to bring that back around to this idea of reading to our kids and listening to audiobooks is exceedingly important because we do know that if the child has heard the vocabulary used in context, when they come across to encode it or decode, it makes it easier. But if you only hear the word in a context and vocabulary, but you never work with it in encoding and decoding properly, it doesn't translate over into the actual reading experience.
Can I improve my reading abilities by reading more?
It depends. That's a great question too. If you're a compensated reader and you keep reading and you read more and you read and read more, what we find is that an adult, you love to read and you tend to read maybe only one type of book, tend to reread the kinds series like, somebody in my family was a book lover, but they always read mysteries and they preferred to find one author and read through the entire series. And that's because the voice and the storylines became more predictable. And so there is some ease in reading that. However, when it comes to translating your reading over to perhaps like a journal article for graduate school or an advanced textbook, that love of reading, that ability to read quickly like you can that, mystery novel doesn't really translate into reading things in which you are not familiar.